And hello to everybody. My teacher who wishes to remain anonymous, I mentioned to my teacher that I was interested in the law school assessment test and that I've been an educator and that I'm in a late stage, relatively, it depends on your point of view, but late stage in life to take the law school assessment test and really go into a different path from educator, which I still have both my licenses in New York State and any state that's reciprocal, including North Carolina, for art educator and also childhood education, first through six, all subjects. The point I think that I'm making is that no matter where you go or what you do, you're going to come up against there are people who are responsible for things being corrupt. And so a lot of times you'll hear someone in the news or wherever they'll say, it's the system's corrupt. No, it's not the system. There are people who are responsible. When someone says it's the system, they're trying to get attention without putting themselves on the line to get in trouble, because the people who are corrupt are powerful and dangerous to your life and your career and your family and your livelihood, this kind of thing. You think it doesn't exist, I beg to differ. So in the space that I've been talking, this is not a dog, it's a wolf. The snout is too long for a doggy, and we love wolves. I'm not saying it's a good, well-drawn wolf. I'm saying I did my best with it. And we're using a Sharpie that I got in an art supply store. I actually got it moved, this one in Brooklyn, but it's still there and it's still pretty good. I haven't been there for a while because I have so many other interests and also obligations, including the law school assessment test. As I was saying at the beginning of the video, my teacher, who wishes to remain anonymous, when I told him, I would try not to tell him really, or anybody really. I just thought I would do it. And so I'm registered to take the law school assessment test, and I had to mention it because the argumentative essay section requires more technology than I have said. I don't really care for that much. As a matter of fact, I feel like the dumber your technology, the smarter you are. And anybody who doesn't like it at T-Mobile or Verizon, the point is that I am a great fan and admirer of Steve Jobs, not because of everybody depending on technology. What's his name? Bill Gates? Not because everybody depends on technology, but because of their innovation with something. That's all. And I don't care if I'm even greater admirer of, let's see, I love Tesla. I admire Tesla. Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I sometimes get the impression he might prefer Edison to Tesla. I don't really know. But Nikolai Tesla was a great inventor. I also superseded Marconi, I feel. But Marconi got credit. What are you going to do? I'm not here to talk about what I am here to discuss is the wonders of people who innovate. And it's not about getting your poor average working Joe addicted to technologies, to quote unquote technology. It's not really technology. It's hypnotizing people into paying. Cash flow gets directed into somebody's bank account. That's not innovation. But I digress. My teacher, who wishes to remain anonymous, heard my information about that I needed to set up for the argumentative essay section on the law school assessment test, and said, "You can't be a lawyer. Let me ask you a question. Who's Adam Smith?" And I didn't even know. Therefore, and teacher doesn't like me to look up stuff that he tells me. He says, well, if you didn't know it already, don't even bother looking it up. And he's right, but I had to look it up. And I found out that Adam Smith is the father of the Scottish Enlightenment and innovator of modern economics as it relates to politics and socioeconomics and humanity, and just really an incredible force for modern not modern economic theory, let's put it that way, which is modern legal and political theory also, because it's all interwoven. Thank you, teacher. And in the space that I've been yakety yakking, and we're going to put this into shorts. Also, let me see. I did put my John Henry, which is really supposed to be John Hancock, but everybody says John Henry. And in comments, put whether or not you think she has a little beard that I need to get rid of, and I can't use the Sharpie to do it because I have to find a tool, and I may have some old Sakura brush pens that I can dip in water and fade and blend and take care of that. If I don't, I'll have to think of something else. And like and subscribe in comments, or even constructive, honest, constructive, well-intentioned feedback, constructive criticism, that kind of thing, as long as it gets attention for you, for my site, for art, most importantly, and for creativity, most important of all. On October 3rd, 2025, and thank you. In progress, I signed it for identification purposes for these videos. I like to have my signature every video, if possible, so that in case somebody famous like Angelina Jolie, who I read might be somebody who purchases work. Hint, hint, if you're watching, I should be so lucky. In progress, Angel in the Bronx, 2025.